Have you ever felt an itch that seemed to linger, whispering secrets about your health? As we grow older, our bodies start speaking in subtle ways, through twinges, tiredness, or even a persistent itch. Most of us brush off a little itch as nothing more than dry skin or a fleeting annoyance. But here's the truth. Where that itch appears on your body could be telling a much bigger story. In fact, certain spots of chronic itchiness in older adults have been tied to serious health issues that might quietly chip away at your vitality. That's right, something as ordinary as an itch could be your body raising a warning flag, urging you to listen closely. In this video, we're diving into 4 specific areas where itchiness in seniors might signal deeper health concerns. These aren't just hunches or folklore. They're grounded in patterns doctors and researchers have seen while studying aging and wellness. Each itchy spot reveals something unique about your circulation, organs, nerves, or even your diet. By the end of this video, you'll know how to spot these red flags and what steps to take to stay ahead of them. So don't ignore that itch. Stick with us, because understanding your body's messages could not only extend your years, but fill them with energy, focus, and calm. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell so you don't miss our weekly insights. Let's get started. Number 1. Constant itching on the feet or ankles. One of the sneakiest yet most revealing signs of trouble is a stubborn itch on your feet or ankles. It's tempting to blame it on dry skin, tight socks, or just getting older. But when this area itches without a clear cause like a rash, it's time to pay attention. Doctors have noticed that seniors who can't stop scratching their feet or ankles might be dealing with poor blood flow, often linked to a condition called venous insufficiency. This happens when blood struggles to move efficiently through the veins in your lower body, leaving skin dry, sensitive, and itchy. Picture 2 women, Martha and Clara, both in their late 70s. Martha loves her daily strolls through the park, keeps her legs elevated when resting, and hasn't noticed anything unusual. Clara, though, has been spending more time sitting, feeling sluggish, and lately, her ankles have been itching like crazy, especially in the evenings. She slathers on moisturizer, thinking it's just winter skin, but the itch persists. What Clara doesn't realize is that this could be her body hinting at sluggish circulation. When blood pools in the lower extremities, it doesn't just irritate the skin. It stresses the heart, veins, and even the brain over time. Poor circulation is tied to risks like blood clots, heart strain, and memory issues. The good news? This itch is a wake-up call you can answer. Simple habits like walking for 10 minutes a day, elevating your legs, staying hydrated, and wearing loose, breathable shoes can boost blood flow. If you've got an itch on your feet or ankles that won't quit, especially without a rash, don't shrug it off. Your body's trying to tell you something important. Number 2. Persistent itching across the shoulders or upper arms. An itch on your shoulders or upper arms might seem like a small nuisance. But what if it's your body sending an urgent message? Many seniors notice nagging itchiness in these areas and assume it's just aging skin or a reaction to soap. But this kind of itch can point to something deeper, often tied to your liver or gallbladder, organs that quietly filter toxins and keep your body balanced. When they're under stress, toxins can build up, irritating nerve endings and causing itchiness, especially in areas rich with nerves like the shoulders and arms. Consider 2 men, George and Frank, both 74. George gets regular checkups, eats balanced meals, and feels pretty good for his age. Frank, though, has been more tired lately, with occasional nausea and a faint itch creeping across his shoulders. He switches lotions and ignores it, but the itch lingers, worse at night. What Frank doesn't know is that this could be a sign his liver or gallbladder is struggling, maybe from medications, diet, or even a silent infection. When these organs falter, it impacts energy, digestion, and even mood. Studies show that chronic itching from organ stress can signal issues that, left unchecked, may shorten lifespan. But here's the hopeful part. You can act on this. A blood test can check your liver and gallbladder function. Cutting back on fatty foods, staying hydrated, and talking to your doctor about medications can lighten the load on these organs. If your shoulders or arms are itching without a clear reason, don't just scratch and move on. Listen to what your body's saying. Finding this helpful, drop number 2 in the comments to let me know you're with us. And if you haven't subscribed, now's the time. Number 3, ongoing itching on the sides or hips. A persistent itch on the sides of your body or hips might seem like just another quirk of aging, easily blamed on dry skin, tight clothing, or a passing irritation. But in older adults, this subtle symptom can be a vital clue pointing to deeper health concerns, particularly around nutrition and digestive health, which are cornerstones of strength and longevity. The skin along your sides and hips is rich with blood vessels and nerve endings, making it a prime spot for your body to signal when something's off internally, especially when essential nutrients like vitamin D, iron, omega-3 fatty acids, or minerals like zinc and magnesium are running low. As we age, the digestive system often becomes less efficient at absorbing these critical nutrients, whether due to a less varied diet, reduced appetite, or even medications that interfere with absorption. This can lead to deficiencies that manifest as dry, irritable skin and erratic nerve signals, triggering itchiness in areas like the sides of hips without an obvious rash or external cause. Consider 2 friends, Evelyn and Rose, both 80 years old. Evelyn makes a point to cook vibrant meals, incorporating leafy greens, salmon, and nuts, ensuring her plate is as colorful as it is nourishing. She feels energized and rarely deals with skin issues. Rose, however, has been leaning on convenience foods like tea and toast, instant noodles, finding cooking less appealing as her appetite wanes. Over the past year, she's noticed a nagging itch along her sides and hips, particularly after long days or in the evenings, sometimes accompanied by a slight dryness or sensitivity. She's tried switching to gentler soaps and moisturizers, but the itch lingers, and she's brushed it off as just getting older. What Rose doesn't realize is that this itch could be her body's way of flagging a nutritional shortfall. Studies show that deficiencies in key nutrients can weaken not just the skin, but also muscle strength, immune defenses, and cognitive sharpness, quietly eroding overall health even if body weight remains stable. For example, low vitamin D or omega-3s can disrupt nerve function, while insufficient zinc may impair skin repair, making areas like the hips, where skin is stretched over bone and muscle, more prone to irritation. These gaps don't just cause discomfort. They've been linked to higher risks of fatigue, infections, and even accelerated aging processes. The most alarming part is how sneaky malnutrition can be in seniors, hiding behind a normal appearance while silently draining vitality. But here's the uplifting part. This issue is one of the most actionable on our list. Rose started adding small, nutrient-dense foods to her routine, a handful of almonds, a boiled egg, or a smoothie with berries and spinach, and over weeks she noticed the itching subsided as her energy lifted. A doctor's visit to check nutrient levels or discuss a quality multivitamin can also help pinpoint and address deficiencies. If you've been dealing with ongoing itchiness on your sides or hips, especially if your meals have been repetitive or sparse, see it as your body's gentle plea for better fuel. Simple changes, like swapping processed snacks for whole foods or sipping bone broth, can restore balance, not just soothing the itch, but bolstering your body's ability to thrive. This isn't about overhauling your life. It's about small, intentional steps to nourish yourself for the long haul. Number 4. Recurring itching around the ears or jawline. When older adults notice a persistent itch around their ears or jawline, it's often dismissed as a minor irritation, perhaps a reaction to a new shampoo, a scratchy scarf, or just the quirks of aging skin. But this seemingly small annoyance can be a window into something far more significant, often tied to the intricate interplay of stress, inflammation, and subtle changes in the nervous system that can influence both physical vitality and mental clarity. The skin around the ears and jawline is uniquely sensitive, laced with a dense network of nerve endings that act like an early warning system for internal imbalances. For seniors, this itch might reflect a nervous system under strain, particularly from chronic emotional or psychological stress that builds quietly over time. Imagine 2 neighbors, Grace and Linda, both in their late 70s. Grace stays connected through her weekly knitting group, enjoys quiet evenings with a good book, and practices simple stretches to unwind. She feels balanced and rarely notices skin issues. Linda, however, has been grappling with loneliness since her kids moved away, spending long hours indoors and worrying about small things that keep her awake at night. Over the past few months, she started scratching behind her ears and along her jawline, especially in the evenings. Number 4. Recurring itching around the ears or jawline. When older adults notice a persistent itch around their ears or jawline, it's often dismissed as a minor irritation, perhaps a reaction to a new shampoo, a scratchy scarf, or just the quirks of aging skin. But this seemingly small annoyance can be a window into something far more significant, often tied to the intricate interplay of stress, inflammation, and subtle changes in the nervous system that can influence both physical vitality and mental clarity. The skin around the ears and jawline is uniquely sensitive, laced with a dense network of nerve endings that act like an early warning system for internal imbalances. For seniors, this itch might reflect a nervous system under strain, particularly from chronic emotional or psychological stress that builds quietly over time. Imagine two neighbors, Grace and Linda, both in their late 70s. Grace stays connected through her weekly knitting group, enjoys quiet evenings with a good book, and practices simple stretches to unwind. She feels balanced and rarely notices skin issues. Linda, however, has been grappling with loneliness since her kids moved away, spending long hours indoors and worrying about small things that keep her awake at night. Over the past few months, she started scratching behind her ears and along her jawline, especially in the evenings. The good news? This itch is a wake-up call you can answer. Simple habits like walking for 10 minutes a day, elevating your legs, staying hydrated, and wearing loose, breathable shoes can boost blood flow. If you've got an itch on your feet or ankles that won't quit, especially without a rash, don't shrug it off. Your body's trying to tell you something important. Gentle practices like deep breathing for 5 minutes daily, journaling to release pent-up thoughts, or spending time in nature can dial down stress signals. Social connection, like calling a friend or joining a local club, can also lift the emotional load. Linda started taking short morning walks and chatting with her neighbor over tea, and over weeks, she noticed the itching ease as her mind felt lighter. If you're experiencing persistent itching around your ears or jawline, and skin conditions like eczema or allergies have been ruled out, pause and reflect. How's your stress level? Are you carrying unspoken worries? Your body might be using this itch to nudge you toward more peace, both inside and out. Small changes to soothe your nervous system can not only quiet the itch, but also strengthen your resilience, helping you live with greater ease and clarity. Now that you've heard about these 4 itchy spots, take a moment to check in with yourself. Have any of these signs felt familiar? A random itch might seem trivial, but as we've seen, it can carry a deeper message about your blood flow, your organs, your stress, or your nutrition. Your body doesn't yell, it murmurs, often through your skin. The beauty is, these signs aren't a verdict, they're an opportunity. You can move a little more, nourish yourself better, stress a little less, and listen to what your body needs. If any of these itches sound like yours, don't wait. Start with one small change today. Maybe a walk, a healthier meal, or a chat with your doctor. If you haven't noticed these signs, that's fantastic. But now you're armed with knowledge to catch them early. Living longer isn't just about adding years. It's about filling them with vitality, confidence, and joy. Listening to your body's quiet signals, even an itch, is one of the wisest ways to get there. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below with one thing you learned today and how you'll use it. Your thoughts inspire us to keep sharing. If you found this video helpful, give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. We'll see you in the next one.